Bring that audio down, baby. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Marco here from Markham 3D. And I'm just setting up my screens, and now they're all set up. Lovely jobblies. It is going to be a great night. Great. So, continuing to work on this tractor. I can see nubnubs lying around here somewhere. Going to continue on working on this tractor. Now, we did make these treads. Can we just point it at me? Thanks. So we did make these treads offline, and I kind of wanted to, build. That's interesting. I put on the mirror modifier, and let's not do that. Front of the truck. GX. There we go. So now we kind of have this rotation. Is it rotating properly? Yes. I do want to work a little bit on this more today. Gabagool Gary, welcome to the stream. Spooky, welcome. Night Cow. I did not sleep. You can't prove it. I did not sleep in. You can't prove it. Okay. I am so... Look at this. I'm getting old. He may have crashed. What? No, I'm fine. Gilwin Roy, welcome to the stream. Okay, so. Oh my goodness. Please tell me I've got audio. Yes, I got audio. Fantastic. Let us continue on. Because I did do the 3-month clean of the computer, so you unplug all the cables and so on and so forth. Oi, streaming my zone, sips beer. Nub nub. Dominic, welcome. Okay, shut up, Marco. Want to do a little bit of work down here today, and I also wouldn't mind thinking about how we're going to be doing these suspension arms. Mark, welcome. I do have some ideas around that, because I think we will probably end up rigging this up. But that is going to be a future Marco problem. I kind of just want to make it look nice. Turn it up. Turn it up. Do, 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 do. Properties. Can I turn it up? I can't. Because that's mute. That's that. Oh my goodness, you're killing me. You're killing me, Mickey. Open volume mixer. And then we go input device. Really? Yeah, sure. Sound. I'm managing input devices. Oh, get stuffed. All right, stuff, yeah. Sorry, that's the way it's going to be, little darling. Riding on the horses. Yeah, mega quiet. Oh, far out. I know. Where is that thing? Output, input. Inputs? I'm going to lift my computer screen up. And then we will come over here. Input 2, that's input 1. Oh, wow. Is that maxed out now? Hang on. That's interesting. Let's close that. Come back to this. And then I can turn this knob to full bore. It goes up to 11. And it's peaking, apparently. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay, let me bring the screen down. Sorry, I'm going to have to look at that afterwards. Where are we? Come back to this. Okay. There we go. All right. Dabuta Music, welcome. Yep, welcome. PC of the cleanup of the PC. Do you have cable management? I do have cable management, but it's more just getting the dust out of the computer. For some reason, this room is just so dusty. Now change OBS. You're too... What? No, I'm not. Go suck a lemon, jerks. Okay. Now you've got me paranoid. Do I sound okay? Where are you from? Canberra. Good sir. Australia. Let's delete this. And we're going to come into here. Shift S cursor selected. And then I'm going to create some wheels, you jerks. So we'll rotate that like so, rotate Z. Now, doing a little bit of research, something we need to build is almost like tension wheels or some sort of like sprockety type things. Right click, set origin to geometry. Screencast keys, turn that on please. And so what we're after is that we put some wheels like here-ish. Array modifier, array. Let's go 0, 1. We'll go a little bit further. So maybe at 1.25. The heck is that? Gosh, I hate this new I hate this new I hate this new array modifier. Yes, I can hear you. Beautiful. Okay, so from here, yeah, we've got to create some little wheels here, and this is what kind of keeps the tension on the ground. Just kind of finding up reference images here and there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We'll leave it as, I actually want to put it in there. So I'm just using this small little guide for now. Push that up. Scale on the x-axis. Nice, right. Yep, beautiful. Good, good, good. I like how that works. Let's put an edge loop through there. Control B. And then here, E to extrude, Alt S to pull it out. And they're going to sit like that. That looks like rubbish. Not going to lie. By the way, Marco, did you get the inspiration? So, tanks. Are we talking about the little wheels or are we talking about the bigger wheels? Because if it's the little wheels that we're working on right now, tanks. I noticed that there was like a whole bunch of little ones underneath. I'm not opening up geometry nodes. We know that I don't know. You know that I know. We know that we don't touch geometry nodes. I am going to have to learn to start touching them, really. Okay, let's bring these out. I'm going to press numpad plus just to extend it up a bit. And I want it sitting inside there. And then you, sir, there. So that's sitting kind of like that. And then what I'm going to do is select these areas here and we'll just bend it out like that. So that they're technically still sitting in that space. Tanks. Both big and small. So the big ones are kind of like from this image. Well, I'm obviously going to fix these up. These are all temporarily. I do know, though, that these wheels here need to be kind of like a bit of a sprocket shape because it's that sprocket that is driving the belt. So we will come back around to that. Let's go right click, shade smooth. The other thing now is that this is going to have to come up like so. That then allows this to move up. Cool. And then we've got kind of like a piece to be able to sit in there. I'll stick a curve on the old array. Yes, so this is all a curve modifier. So that's all like a curve array modifier in there. So that's why we've got that nice. What generation is Forrest Gump? Gen A. Oh, that's good. I was not expecting that one. I told my boss that I wanted to climb the corporate ladder. So now I'm washing the top windows. Mr. Emerger, welcome over there on Twitch. Oh, gosh. Yeah, you got me there with that one. Okay, so let's kind of continue on with there. Just trying to think what is going to be the best way to make this. That was good. I know it was good. Jedi. They said it was $1 million sharp, but I never seen a dime of that million. Let's go Control B, delete faces, and then we'll grab both of these. Scale X, bring that in. E to extrude, Alt S, and that give us that. I would like to extrude these top 4 pieces. Yep, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. E to extrude. Ah, crud. Scale X, bring that in a smidgen. Maybe we do something like this. I don't know what this is going to look like. E to extrude. Let's go delete these inside faces. Delete faces. F. F, 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 F. Beautiful. That'll give us that. We can probably scale that in a bit. This piece now, delete faces, and then you, Control L, delete faces. Just trying to troubleshoot this out. F, 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 because now what we need is maybe here. Is something like so. Well, this has no reason to be so high. Hate you. For instance. And then we can grab this and this, scale on the X. That'll give us that, but that is really loosey-goosey. So we will grab that, scale on the X-axis. There we go. So that's now got a bit of strength. Grab the top, GZ, put this here and this one here. And then this is meant to be... actually, no. I like your idea, Marco, but you've executed it wrong. That's fine. We'll go I and E. And then from here, we're going to scale that up and then E to extrude. That'll give us that. I think that's too small. Control L. GX all the way to the edge. Shift D, X. I like the idea that I'm going with here. Made a radio telescope with it. Oh, that's cool. Random Superior Kid, welcome to the stream. Okay. I think that's kind of cool how it's added in just a bit more extra details. And I think we might just get rid of that ladder just for now, just so we can kind of put a little bit more work on into this. Oh boy. I like that. I do like this piece still, but it's just too blocky. I feel like it should still have something come down. I don't know what this is up here. So maybe we delete that, delete vertices. And then we'll press F there, and we just do a small outcrop like that. I think that's good. Why can't people with bladder issues print documents? They can't Control P. That's good. Also, haven't tried to animate within your... Yeah, I don't think you can do it. I think you actually have to do it with in geometry nodes. Ah, crud. Can I move that forward? Not really, which is a little bit unfortunate. You should be off-putting. So I've got to work out a way to cover that. Let's go scale Z0. And then maybe we'll just do small little bippity-boo like that. Obviously, we need to do some work here. E to extrude. E scale on the x-axis. I. Let's go E scale on the x-axis. From here, Shift S, cursor selected, Control S to save. Add in a cylinder, but this time I'm going to add in 6. Rotate Y. And we'll scale that. Shift D to the X, put that on the other side. How's that looking? Just go into rendered mode. Not too shabby. Copy material to selected, please. That's looking tough. Angle the upper piece, then add a nice bevel and insert the extrude. What? Should be a flat folding ladder. Oh, that's clever. Yeah, see, I was wondering about that. What are you creating? I'm creating a bit of a sci-fi tractor is the idea. And so this was kind of like the initial concept, but I'm actually really liking the John Deere ideas around, yeah, pulling stuff. And so that's what we're kind of going for. It's just creating a vehicle that, yeah, we would expect to see on a sci-fi farm, for instance. And so we're just heavily focusing on the bottom section first. Maybe. Ooh. No. In here, I think in here definitely. Okay, I'm just going to hide this body. Do we keep these pylons? I think we do, because I really like the shape of them, but we might have to shorten them out. So the way I was thinking about doing this, world origin, cube. Am I upside down? Sure I am. Can you stop being a jerk? So the way I was thinking about this is scale Z, and then we chop away top and bottom. E Alt S, and I think we get some inconsistent shapes. Scale Y, scale X, and then we grab this thus, and thus. Control B. And the idea behind that is, let's go rotate 30 degrees. Good. Seems like a nice fit. Let's go select these. Alt R. Alt G. Rotate 30. Okay. One goes here. One goes here. Rotate YY. 10. Yeah, I'll buy that for $1. Great. So that's now given us this. Shift D, rotate 180. And then we can slot this piece in here, for instance. And that's the mechanism that makes it go up and down. Whoa, there's chat, sorry. Marco, I like your tread pattern. Yeah. So all it is just this piece. That's all the piece looks like. Nothing special. I think you should work on your topology. AI can do better. Cool. Thank you. How long have you been doing 3D modeling? Donkey's years. Am I any good at it? Is the answer. Okay. I'm liking how that's looking. I think here we'll grab this section, GZ, and we'll bring that down. I don't like that these wheels are too... I'm just going to move the whole body up. GZ 0.2, 0.1, and that'll give us that. I think that looks great. Not special, but it works. Exactly. Bam the spammer. Which one? This one here. Let's go 1 minute. Did I just do that? I don't know. AI topology is that. It is actually not too bad. It is getting better. That'll take time, but for now, we do this because we do it. So I will continue my modeling until I die. No. I enjoy the modeling. Let's go something like this. And then we will grab this piece, GY. I reckon that looks pretty good. Tracing won't make you better? Absolutely. Well, depends. Depends what you're doing. But yes. Because, I mean, technically, like, concept art. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I'm liking this. I think this is great. I think what we need here is maybe some big get stuff pins. So we'll grab our cylinder, scale that, rotate X 90, rotate Z 30. Why? Scale ZZ. There we go. GZ, put that there. Shift D, put that one there. And so we kind of have this. That's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Shift D. This is probably stuff that we won't see, but I'm just trying now to start putting a little bit more effort into the smaller details and just see how we go. I disagree. You can pull some handy AI references and models like, yeah. I usually just do 3 paragram shifts and then change neurons. What? Okay, let's grab this and then let's pull this out. GG. I know it needs to fit there. This one here, GG. Fits in there-ish. GG, pull that back. Nope. GG. C to extend it back out. That's nice. So that's semi kind of the idea that I've had with suspension. Doesn't really make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. How does that work? Oh, you know how they work. Pistons. That's what they are. Edge loop. From here, GG. Let's do V to rip. F. Here. E to extrude. Alt S. There we go. Something like that. F. GG. What? What? Ah, that's why. Delete face. GG. C. Done. There we go. Shift D, Z. And now we've got kind of like those pistons. in there. So when we come in and probably put like a metal material over the top, add some spring support arms, looks really good. Yes. And I think that's going to be that bit that's required. Fine to do for me. Why am I paying you? References are fine to do it for me. Why am I paying you? I think Num Nub's tired. Let's go like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. GZ. And we'll bring that down. Yes, that looks tough. That looks tough. And then here, we can add in here. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to line that up, GG, to about there. And now we've got to do the same for this one. So I'm just going to delete these pieces. Let's just grab everything because it's already been done. Shift D, rotate 30 minus, rotate 45 minus. So I'm actually going to, yeah, this one here can be a little bit more extreme. Nope, that's not working in the slightest. Rotate 45. Rotate. I want something different. Oops. Uh-oh. Rotate 10 maybe. Will that blend? I think that looks cool. Ooh, that's not bad. I think we were talking to each other, but didn't at each other. Okay. How long does it take? A little project like this. So we've done everything on live stream on the last stream. And now we are, yeah, this is kind of like part 2 of the stream. And I think last time we only spent maybe an hour and a half. I did do the tracks offline because I was trying to work out how to do tracks with the new array system, which sounds like nobody knows how to do that stuff. Okay, let's grab this and this. G to the X, and we'll pull that out. If we were to leave that straight, that would be every mechanic's worst nightmare. Why is this being a jerk here? Ah, no. We will pull this out though. Oh, wasn't too far off. Something like that. I think that there looks great. Great! And if we have a look at rendered view, nice. As in our reference is fine. Wanting to deserve. Yes. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. And so this is why it's kind of like, right, we came up with this reference last week, but we can see already how much we've evolved into something else. I bet tracks are why they left the legacy array in. Yeah, maybe. I like this. I like this. That can be fixed. So let's just fix that up real quick. Just going to push it back a little bit. I've missed something. If I go merge by distance. Yeah, there it is. There she is. G to the X. And then we'll do the same here. G to the X. With my short film that we were working on last week, the week before. So, didn't win any prizes, which is perfectly fine. It was a great learning opportunity and a learning opportunity. I will probably screen it. When are we going to screen it? Maybe tomorrow night we might release it. And I'm intrigued to see what the feedback of the short film is. Like now, I took a week off from not working on it, seeing it on the big screen. I could see that there was a bit of jankiness here and there. did it in like 9 nights. I think I probably spent about 15 hours on it. If not, probably a little bit less actually. And so at the end of the day, what came out, I think is pretty cool. I'm starting to second guess myself about this body. I feel like it needs to be more integrated. Is it? Doesn't seem right. You got there. We're proud of you. Thank you. The cockpit, I like this. This piece is great. But it's all this. It's almost like something is missing on the top. So I'm not sure about this one. Is it because we've just done so much work here? And I mean, obviously there's plenty more inside of the wheels here and so on and so forth that we can do. But maybe these doors don't fit. Maybe that's what it is. Can I tab, you jerk? Delete face. And we'll just close that gap. Is it too fat? See for vectors. Yeah. Just some pistons in the front and back. Yeah. And I think that's definitely something that needs to be coming in, like more complex objects underneath this section. Also, all through here, we need complex section. These wheels need more complex. For now, I think we're good. This needs to be reworked. For instance, like it needs to something along those lines. I'm just wondering about the shape of this cab. To be honest, the future tractor looks like already existing machine. Clans Jaguar. The fact that you've given me Clans Jaguar. Let's have a look. Let's check out this baby. Yeah. Yeah, I like this internal ladder. So the idea that I'm semi-having is, what if you need to be like in an enclosed environment outside? Add intakes on the front undercarriage. Yeah, completely agree. Also exhaust on the back. I mean, is it running on? Oh. Maybe it's too wide. Maybe that's what it is. I don't want to move. I mean, I can just make this bigger. So it sits on something like that. That doesn't work. Those references have so much detail I can hardly look at. Especially the model I mentioned with the tracks. Look that one up. Oh gosh, hang on. What was that one? Yeah. Oh, look at the one. Okay, look at that one with tracks. Tracks. Whoa. My goodness, you're ugly. That looks awesome. All the panels are open up. Yeah, geez, this thing looks ugly with tracks. But you can see how it's got the two small wheels at the front as well. Do we just put wheels in the back? I mean, this does look pretty good. But it's more, are we okay with that with the shape? What if we went like this? And it goes a little something like this. GX. Ooh, what was that? GX. We just play around with this shape a little bit more. It's too blocky now. Maybe we should lower the cabin. Whoa, that looks tough. Good call. Good call. Let's go with that. Okay, done. Great. Well done. Shift D, move to junk. Let's go with this one now. And I want to rework this body. Go look at that body. I work hard. And as I walk through the club, and this is what I see. Okay. Okay, so that looks tough as anything. Right, yes. Maybe a tad narrower. Yeah. I think having a fat ass like this, fat ass, I think is great. So let's take this idea, GY. We are going to take these back sections, yo, delete faces, merge at last, merge at last, merge last, merge last. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I like the shape that we've got going. And then what we can do is, let's go E to extrude, E to extrude, E to extrude. From here, we can go GY 0.5. Maybe we just move this out a little bit. Here as well, we can move this section out, GX. That way, I can grab this section here, delete faces. Then we've got this whole section, E to extrude along the X-axis. EA Sports. It's in the game. Scale Z. Here to here. Scale N. I just want to see if I got the right height there. Control V. And then F. Well, actually, GG. Select all. Merge by distance. Let's go F. I thought I saw a face doubled there. And then that's got all that open. So the sucky thing is that a lot of like this detail in here now is hidden, but I think it's okay. Marcom, take a look on the Discord. I gave you 4 ideas. Oh yes, baby. Da-da-da-da. Down into the reference photos. So this one's too narrow, but it's like really vertical. I mean, maybe we can now just remove those covers. Because having it open like that is delish. I like this section down here. Still, this here is gorgeous. There we go. You can see those wheels down there. All this crud down there. The attachment coupling at the front. So, you move to junk. You move to junk. And so now that kind of opens that up. How do we feel about that? I don't feel... I'm not the biggest fan of that. Let's pull that back. GY. GY. The yellow one. Oops. Yeah. Super high, isn't it? So maybe I've made it too wide. But it looks tough as guts. Because if we were to add in a plane, Alt-G, select everything here, copy materials are selected, minus. Does look pretty tough. It's a low rider. Making a rover. It's more meant to be kind of like farm equipment. Is the idea. This bit here just annoys me a little bit. So I almost feel that this section here, GG, should be almost like lowered so it's in line with the tank. I mean, if we grab all that, GZ, did I grab the inside line? Yeah, I did. Right click, mark sharp. Right click, mark sharp. Does that mean now maybe this and what the? Box, delete faces. Just make sure, nope, my mirror modifier didn't have any clipping turned on. That's great. Great. So let's grab that line and that line. I've missed the line. Pull it up a bit. And then that gives us entry into that section. Now, I don't like this line here because it's too harsh there. Often tall, they need a straddle. Yes, I completely agree. The way, if anything, I would think that this is more of like a mining ship. As everything, because everything I do is a mining ship. Let's do... here to here, oops, here is an F. Then that becomes an F. Then here becomes a deleted face. And then that there, GZ, that there, right click mark sharp. That gives us that. Much better. Yeah, it looks like it belongs on a desert planet. Yeah, that's the kind of like idea that I'm going for, especially if we start looking at the buildings that we've already created in the past couple of weeks. It's that kind of idea. But yeah, it is some interesting farm equipment. If you're going with a mining vehicle, you would need a big drill on the front. Completely agree. And so that's where, do we have, I mean, we could raise this up even. We've just got kind of like a mining laser that sits on the front, or, you know, do we attach a mining laser to the side? And if we go with like Star Citizen, we've got one side, we can say we've got like a mining laser, and then on the other side, we've got anti-gravity, pull stuff up. Marco builds this, then gets hired by Uncle and Mulch Farm. What do the buildings look like? Oh, okay, great question. I think I made a post somewhere. If I go backwards, let me go here. Secret lab. Nope, that was that one. Remote machines. So if I actually save an image of the render? You suck, Marco. Really? You didn't save it anywhere? Nope. Oh, there it is. So this is what the buildings kind of look like. And this was the idea that we're kind of going with. And then I was just testing some ideas. So playing now quite a bit of Kingdom Deliverance. I'm like, what makes Kingdom Deliverance so nice is just all the little crud pieces everywhere. And that just builds to the environment. Really like this building over here. Anyway, whatevs. It's a new hauler. Hi, I'm John Hauler, Hi, my name's John Hauler from John Hauler's Used Haulers. And if you need a hauler, you can give me a hauler at John Hauler's Used Haulers. When did John Hauler come out? John Hauler. Boo. Oh, there's a dude called John Hauler. 15 years ago. Dang it. Gosh. John? Really? Hauler? Oh my gosh, I spelled John wrong. John. Let's have a look. Did I really spell? I did spell it wrong. So John Hauler came out 2023. Oh, and it lost a subscriber for me. Thanks, John. October 6th. So John Hauler's Used Haulers coming up 3 years. It better not be 2 years ago. Yeah, it's 2.5 years ago. Hear me out, Michael. Mining laser that flips from the top down in front will get stuffed arms on the side to... Huh? Mining laser that flips from the top down in front with get stuffed arms on the sides. Ah, yes. Okay. You're trying to talk like me. Sorry, I didn't have your voice in there. So, yeah, laser comes down, and then we've got, maybe arms that can come out, and that's what picks it up. So, then in saying that, if anything, we should make a scoop that opens up, and then the arms are like, meow. Feed me. 8 a.m. here. I need to go. Adult. No worries. Thank you very much for stopping by. Took a tour of the Soda Museum. Oh, yes. Took a tour of the Soda Museum. Ended up with a pop quiz. Did you hear about the guy who invented the knock knock joke? He won the Nobel Peace Prize. Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize. Yes. Saw that one, Kevin. Modular Apex Legends. Ugh. How dare you? 2 jokes for the price of 1. I do like that idea. I think having the mining laser come on top and Poop Scoop is coming out. This section under here. Can you go away, Floor? This section under here can open up. And then that's what will, you know. How good is that? That is such a good idea, Spooky. I mean, technically, what we could even do is if we were to go something like this. Hear me out. And we went 32. Then we went. Yes, I'm not cursing your name right now, so which is good. It's always a challenge, always a good thing. If we went like this, and then we went like this, just hear me out. And then what we did is from here, we went tab into edit mode, and then we went Control B, okay? Control B. Just something really quick. Proof of concept, blocking it out. And then what we did is I went like this. I'm going to grab these faces here. And then we'll deselect these faces. And then we had E to extrude. Rotate. E to extrude, for instance. Okay. It's not really going to work. But anyway, it's fine. E to extrude. Z. Scale Z0. Okay. And then we did something silly like this. E to extrude. I don't know. I'm just fluffing through this now. Hear me out. Delete faces. And then we did a F. F. That will rotate around. And then somehow it comes in. And then maybe here is the pivot point. So we got another piston in here. And then that's what pushes it in underneath. Thing comes also in mind, the armadillo from the Armageddon movies. Armageddon? We all love that film. Not armadillo. Armageddon. No. Oh. What the? You know, in saying that, how cool does this look? That looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, that's cool. Anyway. I semi-do like that. I mean, it looks like a dump truck at the moment. Centered 360 arm mount. Yep. And then this is kind of like, think of the front of a Bobcat now, where it can like extend and then pull back. I think that's a cool idea. It sits like this. I'm just saying the Deep Impact timeline feels less cursed than the real one. Look at the construction of the drill bit. And yes, the fact that it was like on the side of it, I reckon that looked awesome. I mean, we could even go into like Millennium Falcon style. So if we went something like this. GX. No. Oh, ploppers. Really? Can you please be the mirror of the body now? Thank you. Then we do this. We offset it. Then we put like the mining laser like right there. That's a cool idea. Let's move it to that. So then that lines up there. This here then... How do you feel about that? Having the mining laser like on the left-hand side. What's with the front? It looks like a ground flattener. Ah, sorry. So this here, yeah, what we were saying is kind of like a poop scoop. And then it would scoop stuff into the underneath. But what do you think would be the ideal deadline for a project like this from concept to Gmart? Oh, game art. Gmart? Game art? To a playable game? I have no idea. Offset of the cabin seems nice for... Yeah. And then what we could do is... What? Shift S, cursor word origin. Shift S, cursor word origin. Thank you. Then technically what we could do, even here. Oh my god, spooky. I hate you so much. There we go. You give me ideas. Then what we can do is maybe we have an extendable arm that comes down. Hear me out. I.e. Something like that. And then, for instance, we get these. E to extrude. Shift right click. Rotate that puppy around. And then what it does is it kind of just pushes stuff in. Go up. Rotate back. Down. Rotate in. I like that idea. Offset and unattach the cabin so you can raise and lower it too. Oh, don't. What do you think? Yeah. Because these arms would have to be like super long. Because the thing is, yeah, I think this is definitely the wrong position. I always feel like this cabin here is where you are literally kind of like driving up to the rock face, and we just like start churning out the mining laser. And then technically, if you've got kind of like a low gravity level, you just put like a vacuum cleaner on the top and because that's the sound effects. Okay. Whoops. Back over there, sunshine. Ah, dang it. Okay. I don't think I want to detach it though. I do like this idea. Mario, will the farm look like a psychopath? I put some clips in the reference. What's a psychopath? Ugh. No. That looks cool. It's tiny. I like what you're doing there. Ugh. Brother, ugh, what's that? You could do one of those weird sideway... Oh, yeah. I mean, technically, we could just make an attachment like a combine. Society fed by Omni-Nutrients Hyper Oats. See, I would have thought if we're doing something like that, you would do it in a indoor farm, so you don't have contamination, and it's just all automated. That's why I would have thought farming in the future is, rather than just having like massive open fields, it's just, you know, just like a giant building where the plates that hold the oats, for instance, are just literally just on a tray, just moving along. As going LED hydroponics, and then when it comes time to harvest, comes down the bottom, chopped, and then goes in, packed, and then it goes through that life cycle again. That's how I imagine it. I don't know. What do you guys imagine what future farming looks like? But I mean, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's... And then here... Oh, jeez, this looks so tough. Maybe it is a versatile thing. I like this line now. How it goes across and up. I'm glad I put in that piece there. These 50 square kilometers of farms are run by robots. Oh yeah, that'll work as well. Yeah, I really like that line there. Reconstructing to whatever text you want. Yeah. Yeah, I'm down for that. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Consider subscribing. I'm just intrigued to see what number we're on. If I jump onto here, have I lost subscribers again? Whenever I go live, I lose subscribers. Ugh. Hurry up. Load. Live count. There we go. Can we get to like 680 tonight? That is the question. We're on 679. Can we get to 680? Okay, bed. Thanks, Mike. Thank you for being here. See you next Sunday. Yes. Tomorrow night, I will release the animated short film that I built in 9 days. Or better question, why would robots want to feed us? Oh, gosh. I don't think some people are ready for that answer or that questioning. Okay. I'm going to carry on this attachment business under here. Let's go P, separate by selection. And we will do some sort of attachment. Maybe something like that. Ooh, actually. Delete. Delete faces. Here and here. Delete edge loops. U. E to extrude. Control V. Select all. Merge by distance. And then we go F. That gives us that. Let's get rid of the bevel because that's just annoying me for now. And then we will grab this. Let's pull, actually, put an edge loop through here. Pull this back. This will then become, just trying to troubleshoot this. Let's go Shift D, G, Z. And then we'll move it over to there. E to extrude. That gives us that. Not liking it 100%. Because that doesn't make any sense, that plate. Control L, delete vertices. I'm going to put another edge loop through here and GG, bring it back. That gives us that. So what I'm trying to do now is just build like a bit of a section for attachments. Maybe what we can do from here, let's grab that. Here, delete faces. And then, oops, did I grab the right one? Sure did. Scale X0. GX. What does that give us? That gives us this. So I'm going to grab that vertice there. E to extrude, and we'll go Control V, Control V, Control V, up there. Let's grab this one. E to extrude to there, Control V. That will give us this face here. That will give us that face there. That and that will give us that face. That and that will give us that face, and that. Awesome. How does that look? That works well. And so it's kind of like this is where, let's go GZ. Something like that. Here, right click, mark sharp. And then we've got that. I think that's great in there. From here, Shift S cursor selected. So this is kind of going to be the coupler. So I've just moved on away from this section purely because I'm trying to like think about it in the background rather than like twisting around and rotating in the same spot. Let's try and focus on a different section and we'll come back around. Like that. Let's go. We're going to go 1, 2 here. Oh, I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, dang it. All right, we're going to go 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And E to extrude. That gives us that. So this here is the coupler underneath. That'll connect to whatever attachment there is. Oops, let's go do this, GZ. Something like that. All right, cool story. Here, Shift S cursor selected. Let's go into cylinder. Let's turn off clipping. Go into a cylinder. Rotate on the Y-axis. GY. Shift DY. And then this is more of kind of like the pins. Individual origins. We'll scale that in. Something like that. Okay, let's grab these. I'm just trying to tidy this up a bit. This section in here needs probably a bit of work. I think from here, this is where we can probably put some greebly things on top. You could put one of those side, yeah. And so that's where the attachments come in, auto connect. Children also rub against their parents and shove them into nursing homes. What? Ah. Parents is why robots should feed us right. Okay. I think that's great. Mining laser is going to be interesting to make. Very, very interesting. Just going to push that in a smidgen. Oh, that's a different piece. All right. Where'd you come from? What's that? Oh, that's that. It's the main ship. Scale X0. Stuffed up there. Scale X0. GX. All right, that looks nice. That looks nice. That looks great. I like that. This here is obviously going to be where the entry is. And so this is all beef. All beef. Back end, don't like that. So let's go ahead and fix that with a G to the Y. No, that is way too blocky now. GY. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe we are okay with that. I'm going to work out the bum on that one. Mining laser is going to be the next question. So, Shift S cursor selected. This here is our locking pins. Actually, whoops, sorry. Let's delete that. Start that again. Here. And then this is kind of like the plate that everything gets attached to. Now we can go into cylinder, but we'll make it 8. Rotate X, scale. I hate you. Something like this. Actually, I can just do this now because we are on just this piece. Generate, mirror, and Z. So now we've got kind of like a bolted plate. So it's not so much that it's going to be retractable to an extent. Do we want it to be able to come out? I think it would be better to have like a permanent fixture. And then follow the concepts of kind of like the suspension underneath. So maybe we pull this down. Right click, cursor to set origin to geometry. Right click, Shift S, cursor to selected. Right click, set origin to 3D cursor, and then that'll move it there. Okay. So now what we can do, sorry, I'm just kind of like in zony mode, so I'm not looking at chat too much. Here and there I will. If we kind of bring that up, G to the Y, pull it out like that, okay? Let's split this in half. So box select, box. Let's go like this, E to extrude along the Y-axis. F, and F. Then I'm going to grab this and this, Shift S, cursor selected. From here, we can add in our cylinder. And then this becomes our kind of like pivot point for our arm. Substance and texture paint. Yes. Nice oval plate with a few minor bolts. Yeah, I think this is something that we could probably change. I will probably end up just using it as a placeholder for now. add modifier, generate, and we're going to go into a mirror modifier. I hate you. Z. And then with that, Shift S, cursor selected. Let's go P, separate by selection. With that, I can go E to extrude, turn on clipping, delete faces. That'll give us that. And so what we want to be able to do is be able to fold up the arm. So the system, how does the system work? Like this, Shift D, scale. Delete the mirror. Nope. Undo. Shift D, scale, scale, P, separate by selection. And then we're going to go delete on that one. Yeah, I like this idea. Wait, I'm shadow banned. I just refreshed the page and half the posts aren't there. What? Another idea on Discord. Okay. Come on, open up. See, I think this works well for like a large... Actually, I really like... Oh, hang on. Maybe I should look at the bottom one. That's cool. Oh, but this is super grungy, though. Do we want to go grunge? I just feel that that seems like big. You know, this. Look up Armor Paint. It's like Substance Texture Paint in one software with Blender style nodes, $10. I might have Armor Paint. I know that there was something like that many, many moons ago. But I think it's on... Okay, let's do this. And we'll go scale. That has one attachment arm like you have in the front. Yes. That cockpit though looks so good though, doesn't it? I am a fan of that shape there. The person that keeps stealing my scissors. We cut it out. Taken. That's a good one. Let's see. Did we hit our mark? Nothing. Jeez. Right then. Sick. Okay. Just trying to think about this. It's a Warthog level 1. Just trying to think on how this could work. So what I'm thinking here is that then we have a fixed position here, Control P, separate by selection. Let's actually delete this one. this one here comes in like so. So it's attached to there. Actually, what we could do, that's actually a really good idea. I just had a stroke. Let's grab that section, scale X0. Let's grab that section, scale X0. Let's scale everything now, and we will scale X. And then I might just grab U and U and just follow that curve to there. That's good. So we have this kind of chamfer. And so the idea behind that is, if I were to select this one and this one, Shift S cursor selected, then we threw in a cylinder, 32, beautiful. Rotate Y 90, rotate X. I think that's too big. I feel that it should be like this. Scale X, individual origin, scale X0, GX, scale X, go suck a lemon, scale X, much better, scale X, and then it sits something like that. From here, let's add in, actually no, did that wrong. Let's add in a plate. And we'll go P, separate by selection. Scale. Just trying some ideas now. Let's go into here, to here, close that. Make the tube out of glass and put some spinning mirrors in there like a galvanometer, which lets you aim super fast lasers. Into here, live, into here. You get your tracks animation fixed from your short. No, I didn't. Which is fine. I will probably just stick with the old array modifier way, because that just seems better. Okay. There we go. Save that. Have a few different vehicles that do certain jobs rather than trying to make a multitask vehicle. Yes. So what I'm trying to make now is stupid. Let's go like this. Bring that in. And then we'll go E to extrude. So I've got an idea. This will obviously work well once we've got the bones rigged. And so the idea is that this piece here will move up and down. As that moves down, this will then rotate here-ish. Shift S cursor selected, right click set origin to 3D cursor. So as this moves down, this will then move down like that and give us aiming down. Undo. Well, it would probably be more efficient to have multiple identical drones. Oh, shut up. Yes. You are correct. It would. Don't be like Spooky. I like that. And then this will go here, and then that'll give us that. So I can go like this. We do I to do an inset, I to do an inset, delete faces, E to extrude, add generate mirror. That should have been done better. Let's go add modifier, generate mirror, add generate solidifier modifier. So this here can be done better. How can it be done better? Let's leave it like that for now. And then what we'll have here is then we have a plate that sits like this. That'll be here. Oi, I'm an engineer. I'm here because I'm testing the new printer Z-axis via loading it with full Bierstein and 1.3. What? So that we've got this attached now. E, G, Z. Then from here, if I were to just grab this, for instance, Shift D, it would be something like that. GX, obviously not this, but that would pivot off this piece. Let's put an edge loop. Hang on. GG. I butchered this, didn't I? Whatevs. And then that there is what extends it kind of like up and down. I'm the best kind of engineer. The kind who hasn't taken ethic classes or been freaking ethics. I hate ethics. Ethics suck. I say that in the nicest way. But, hang on. If this moves down, does that work? So if I were Control S to save. Let's go like this, like here, here, here. Control P, parent to object. U, spin there. Okay, that looks great. Just trying to quickly now Control Shift B. If I were to do that, for instance. If I were to move this down, this would then come up, and that doesn't work. My engineering is wrong. That would need to be a piston. But then why would you... I built the wrong thing. I don't think this works. I rebound Control S to Alt F4, by the way. I know a few people that have done that as well. Yeah, not the biggest fan of this. I think this needs to be like at least 6 times bigger. Almost like if I were to grab this, proportional editing, scale. I don't know. I got to think about this. All right. I can see a lot of people have dropped off, so I'm going to call it a night. I am going to jump over to Gaming in the Can very soon. I got to talk to my wife first because I haven't seen her all day. Interesting. I don't know. I don't have an answer for. Anyway, let's call it a night. Did we hit 1 subscriber? Tomorrow night we'll release a short film and we'll go from there. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the game.